And boom. All right, everyone, welcome to Clicks into Customers Partner Edition, Week 2 Recap. Facebook, the need to knows. I didn't want to call it Facebook Basic Training because there's important stuff in here that you have to know to do anything else, and especially when it comes to working with us. So this is really important. Some parts of this are really exciting. Some parts aren't as exciting, so I may throw in another joke or two or three to try and make it more fun. But nonetheless, rock with me. I have a lot of stuff to go over, so I'm going to get right into it. Before I go, I want to say thank you to all of you again for investing in this. We have a great group. Many of you have spoken with myself or the team, and I just want to thank you guys all for being a part of this. And I'm excited as hell to just unleash everyone into the world and just see how freaking big we can go and the results that everyone's going to get. So that gets me fired the fuck up. Every now and then I'll drop an F-bomb. I felt it that moment, so excuse me if you were offended. That was my one for the day. Probably drop another before the end. Here we go. So, fireworks for you guys, all getting in here. Derek says, fucking bring it. Yeah, I'm bringing it. Superstars. Alex put this in the class, or in the slide in the presentation. These are people who have been jamming. Now, there's more of you who completed 100%, but these are the people from running our tracking on the back end that are out there and getting it. Andy Lil, Kara G, Edward, and Jeff B, Jeff S, Felipe, Reginald, Simon. Sounds like everybody whose name I can't pronounce. You are kicking ass so far, so keep it up. You keep rocking it. And if you're not on there, then keep it up, and you will be. So let's move on. All right, so today's agenda, we're going to recap what I went over in week 2. I'm going to review the exercise about choose your identity and the submissions you guys brought. And then I'm also going to, of course, review some ads. A lot of you said, Cammie has been a superstar too. Cammie says I should be there. You should be there. I'll talk to Alex about it. Everyone, if you ever get mad at anything in the course, 100% Alex's fault. I mean, it has nothing to do with me. So you guys can message her on Facebook, send her hate mail. No, don't do that. It sounds like an HR thing. I take that back. Michelle, if you watch this, I did not say that. Anyways, here we go. And then after that, we're going to do live Q&A. Honestly, I encourage all of you to ask me as many questions as you can. That's what we're here for, is to support you and help you make a bunch of money and live a life of freedom. Let's go. So what you should know by now, and what this is a recap from week 1 and week 2. That was weird. Number 1, how to identify a relevant audience and understands a client's objectives. 2, how to create ads that get clicks. 3, the resources and rules to create images that will catch someone's attention for cheap or almost no money. Next, your identity, who you want to work with, which clients you want to attract, how to create a fan page the right way. And then lastly, how to navigate around Ads Manager, Power Editor, and Business Manager. All 3, you will be in there like swimwear. So we're going to start by going over creating ads, images for the ads. So the main purpose of an image is to make someone stop and read the offer. I'm going to stress this like crazy. Don't waste a bunch of time figuring out, oh, does this image look better? Should I use the flower? Should the blue or pink? That is not ever going to yield major results unless you're spending $1 million on a campaign and that 1 to 2% really nets a different type of return. But most of the time, most of the situations you all will be in dealing with small businesses, I will come down on you and bring the hammer if I see you wasting your precious time, which is all you got, about going over little things within an image, right? So the idea behind the image is to catch their attention, make it clear and relevant. So how many of you saw the exercise in the beginning about focus, where I told you to remember the color and then I switched the color on you? Can you guys type in there if you saw that? Yes, okay, cool, boom, good, yes, blue, exactly. Good, you guys saw it. Okay, so check it out. It's the realest shit ever when it comes to Facebook. Again, if you show a judge a courtroom in an advertisement, they're going to notice. If you show a marketer anything about business or Shark Tank, they're going to see. If you show someone who's really trying to lose weight and all in the business and advertisement about the Biggest Loser, it's going to catch their attention. Always keep it relevant. If you guys see an advertisement right now about taking online courses on Facebook, because you're taking one right now, you're going to see it. That's the best way to catch someone's attention, right? And that has nothing to do with pretty images or anything like that. All of your images should support that concept, grabbing your relevant audience's attention. Any questions about that? Pretty straightforward. Cool. I'm going to rock and roll and move forward. Image rules of Facebook. An ad should be 1200 to 628 pixels. Remember it, but if you don't, it doesn't matter because it's all over Facebook. You can Google it. That information is out there. Next, only 20% of the ad's canvas can have text, logos, or slogans. That's called the 20% text rule. A lot of you are familiar with it already, but the one thing I'm going to make sure you know is that if you are toying around with an image and you keep going back and forth between, I wonder if I can fit this amount of text, maybe I can slide this by, and it's around that 22%, 18%, if it's anything close, and Facebook rejects your ad, and if you continue to try and upload that ad, they will suspend your account. So if you're ever in a position where you're creating an ad and you ask yourself, I wonder if Facebook will be cool with this, do not do it. There's too many ways to be creative. Do not jeopardize your account to try and fit some text on a freaking image. Do you understand? Got it? Okay, cool. So someone says, hey, Billy, when do you use FB images that you have to use? Like that I personally use. That's all in like week 4, week 5, week 6. So once you guys understand the basics, then I kind of show you what I do. I'm hesitant to that in the beginning because I don't want you guys to just get in the habit of just copying exactly what I do, right? Even though you'll get there, but you got to understand the basics first. So the 4 resources to create quality ad images for cheap. Again, don't get hyped on images. I see a lot of people do it. I think that's your computer, Arena, that keeps whistling on us. But number 1 is what you'll notice is when you're dealing with clients, majority of the time, they will already have images. Like they almost always have creative or something to work off of that you can pay somebody on Elance to edit. Now, a couple things with Elance, and hold on here, I'm going to mute my microphone because we're getting a little feedback here.
I unmuted myself, I muted myself, so I
Gotcha.
really quick.
Okay. So elance.com, I want to touch upon this. If you guys need images really quick, go to Elance, post something, someone will respond back. You can get images done on really quality images for $5 to $15. We do it all the time. The infographic that you're looking at right now was created by a gentleman by the name of Sai that we met on Elance. And a couple of you, I can refer you over to him as long as you don't use too much of his time and then it interferes with our stuff. And matter of fact, as I said that out loud, I won't because there's a lot of good people on Elance. But again, and I told this story last week, but the learning platform that you guys are on, I had someone on elance.com create. We met about 3 years ago, right? And he created the whole entire platform for me. And I got my whole learning platform that you guys are on done for, I think, like $500 to $1,000. When I first started and I was teaching, 3.5 years ago, I paid $30,000 for the same platform. That's a 25 or 20 set. I'm bad at math. That's like a lot of money to make a mistake. Imagine that. Just a simple, just not knowing about my resources, spending an additional $20,000 that I did not have. So live it, love it, own it. Bill Shore says, when creating an infographic, do you supply all the research or do you have the Elancer do that also? We write all of our content for that. So we'll do like a rough layout and say, this is what we want. And then we'll send it to Elance and say, hey, do us a favor and make this sexy. So we'll supply the original content. And then from there, we kind of let them do the damn thing. Next is Google. You'll be utterly amazed with how many images that you can find on Google. I saw in a lot of practice submissions that you guys sent in, we did a quick Google search and found images that you were using. Again, there are so many talented designers out there. Don't try and compete with them. Be on the same team as them. And then lastly, number 4 is Fotalia. I have no idea how to say it. I've been pronouncing it wrong for years now. But either way, you can go on there. You can purchase quality photos. So for a client, let me give you some real advice here that you can use to make cash. If you say to the client, Mr. Client, we can create images for you. Of course, that'll be an additional fee because I have to pay my designers, right? What I would recommend is you find a sick photo on Photolia or Photalia, and then I would take that photo and then I would go to Elance and I would tell the guys on Elance, once I wrote the ad copy, to make an image using the copy that I wrote and the image I selected on Photalia. And that's when you get awesome stuff. And then you send it to the client because it really probably only cost you about 20 bucks to do, but they're so impressed with it, you can charge them $75 for an image. And if they love it and they feel like they can reuse it on not just your advertisement, but multiple purposes, then you can make cash there. And it's good value that they're happy to pay. And chances are they will continue to go to you for the images. So that's on the back end, thinking long term, how you make additional profit. Right? Additional profit, but yet you're still leveraging your time. You're still leveraging your time because you don't need to execute that. You just need to be a master delegator. Any questions about these services before I continue? Boom. Anything? Get it? Got it? Good. Uh-oh. What happened? All right. We got backtracked here. Fast forwarding. Got it. My bad, guys and ladies. Sorry about that. Okay. So next was the choosing your identity worksheet. So we gave you this worksheet to help you determine what type of client that you want to work with / attract. And so what I did is I actually pulled up some of your answers so that I could walk through it with you guys and just say it out loud because last time you guys said this stuff was helpful. So choosing your identity. Who would you enjoy working with? Someone says auto repair shop owners or marketing managers. Average age between 35 to 45, men within the United States that are most likely married, making $250,000 plus of gross revenue. What type of attitude do they have? They're open to new marketing strategies to grow their auto repair shop. They know they have to spend money to make money, and they're hungry to grow their auto repair business. So a couple things there with the attitude. Obviously, we all want clients like that, right? Ones that know they need to spend money, Here's the reality, though. Every single business owner is okay with spending money if they are certain that they will make more money than they spend. I'm going to say it again. Every single business owner that you work with is okay with spending money if they are certain that they will make more money than they spend and the return makes sense to them. So when you're saying attitude there, what's nice about what you want is you can control that by simply transferring confidence into your clients. How do you do that? With past case studies, with meeting them, letting them see you, feel you, get to know you, right? But in regards to attitude, this exercise was more geared towards what's their style like, right? So, I may curse a little bit. I'm outside the box. I kind of talk. I joke a lot. That's my attitude. I'm very positive. The glass is always half full. That's more the attitude that we're deciding here. Because what you'll find as your business grows is you'll work with people well outside of this auto repair shop owners things, but nonetheless, whether they own a beauty salon or a yoga studio or they sell physical products, you want them all to have the same attitude. Does that make sense? And then you say, what are your client deal breakers? Shit you won't tolerate. Whining, bitching, complaining, the proverbial know-it-all. So the whining, bitching, complaining, I got some awesome news for you. Every single client is capable of whining, bitching, and complaining. Here's the reality, though. If you communicate with a client and you're making them a profit, then you're not going to hear much whining, bitching, complaining. If you're the person bringing them results in cash, then there's not much to complain about. What are they going to say to you? Hey, Billy, I'm so mad at you for this extra $20K I made. God, and when I called you, you guys answered the phone every freaking time. How dare you? And what you'll find is when you're doing a good job for a client, you don't really hear from them. You don't. Unless they want more stuff or they send you referrals. That's really how it goes. And that's why, especially when we come out the gate, I'm going to make you guys stick with niches that I know you can easily win. So you avoid the whining, bitching, complaining type of clients. Right? And then you say, what are they passionate about? The success of their auto repair business, specifically keeping their bays full of cars and their technicians busy while making a profit. Now, that's more of an objective, right? That's what every auto repair shop wants. But what are they passionate about? Not necessarily. Maybe someone who's passionate in the business, maybe they read all the gearhead magazines and they're, at F-150 Formula races or something, and they just love cars, they love engines, they love hearing a roll, they love the feel of the ride. That's passion, right? No one's really that passionate about having their base full. Everyone's passionate about making more money, sure, but that's not what makes your audience tick. So whoever this is, and I don't know who it is, you should go back and change these. Gotcha? Next. Damn, we keep rewinding here. Okay. Coming through. Next one. So someone says, who would you enjoy working with? I would enjoy working with someone who keeps it real and knows their role. I, I don't, I think we all want people who keep it real, right? And that just goes back to honesty and transparency. And what you'll find in regards to that is that's contagious. So what you'll find is your client will usually mirror what you do. So if you keep it real with a client, you talk to them transparent, and you tell them something like, you know what, can I just be honest with you? And they say, yeah, please do. And you tell them something really real, they're going to hit you with something back like, can I be honest with you too? And that's when connections are made. So again, a lot of the things that you guys want is more in your control than you think. Now, about knowing their role, and I think you're kind of exaggerating, being funny there a little bit, but you know what the client's role is what you tell them it is. That's all about how you set expectations. So when I bring on a client, especially in industries where I already know we have a great solution, this is how my conversation goes. Hey, our solution is extremely done for you. So the web hosting, the landing pages, the images, everything that you see, because we've done it before, we're going to handle all this for you. So honestly, all you really need to do is once the leads come, make sure you're following up. Make sure. So we got all this handled for you. We're going to take care of it. Does that work for you? Okay, so do you mind if I'm going to take a little bit more control in these situations and kind of be more dictating to you what happens? And most of the time, the client will say, yes, please do that. I don't want to have to do your job for you because then why am I paying you? They want to know their role, right? And that comes with confidence, you creating certainty that you're going to deliver, and then following up on the promises that you give them. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Patrick Forbes says he lost audio. Did anyone else? Mic check. Nope. David says it's good. Everyone say I can hear you. You can just type I can hear you. If so, don't want anyone. Audio fine. Okay, cool. Good. Everyone's good. So Patrick, you're there. Rena, if you want to message him and let him know he's ISO out there. Okay, cool. So let's continue. Then they say their ideal client's 35 men who lives in Canada. They're married, 250K plus. They have a positive attitude and they're opening to listening and implementing my suggestions. Now, when someone's opening to listening and implementing your suggestions, it means they believe you, right? To people that you respect and you believe have kind of been there and can achieve something that you can't, you're all ears. But it's when you don't respect somebody and then they try and tell you something, like, what are you going to tell me? It's like the personal trainer who tells you, like, yeah, I'm going to help you lose weight, but they're 30 pounds overweight, right? So when you have the proof of you're doing it, which is why I drive the fact home that you need the case studies, you need the proof behind you, which I'll help you all create, all of a sudden your client's going to be all ears. And also the way that you're going to get clients, when I show you how to advertise in Facebook to bring on clients, remember, they asked for your help. Usually when people ask for your help, they're going to be listening. That makes sense? Cool? Good? Yes. Client deal breakers. If they disrespect me or treat me like the help, that made us laugh. I'm there to better their business and I won't tolerate being walked on. Most of the time you can tell if someone's going to be like that from the very first conversation that you have with them. How they talk to you. Are they talking at you? Or are they trying to have a conversation? Right? That's the biggest indicator I think I go with. If someone kind of barks at me and kind of tells me what to do and they kind of come with that know-it-all approach, wow, I know marketing and I can do this, just do this, do this, do this, I immediately will say, hey, you know what, sir, like it sounds like you got it all under control. At this time, I don't think we're probably a good fit. But thank you so much. I really appreciate you reaching out. Have a great day. And wait, hold on a second. I didn't say that. Oh, backpedal. But already they showed their color. So get the hell out of there. What are they passionate about? Living life. They strive to achieve their goals and will do anything to succeed. Will do anything to succeed. So if that's important to you to find really hungry people, then in your messaging, when you're writing your own advertisements, you need to clearly state that. So a cool thing about running Facebook ads to attract your clients is you can literally write in your post text, hey, I'm looking for really hungry entrepreneurs who want this, and automatically, even if someone wasn't in that state, it puts them in there. It's like, hey, I want this. Nobody wants to be the guy or slash girl who doesn't want it. Okay, cool. Let's move on because we got a lot of stuff to go through. Bam, bam. One more identity thing. Let's see. Willing to work with anyone who's willing to help themselves and willing to take responsibility for their own outcome. What you'll find is not just in business, but most humans have a hard time doing that. So again, what I'm noticing with all of your submissions, not just the 3 that are in here, a lot of the things that you guys want sounds like you just want clients that are just easy to work with. That's what it really comes down to. Can you guys just type in the chat? Is that what you really want? Just clients that are easy to work with? Because from the tone of this assignment, it seemed like everybody has been burnt a couple times, right? And so what you'll find, and what I'm most excited to teach, is the sales portion of this course, because again, you're going to realize how much control that you have over the customer. And it comes down to from having a solid process from top to bottom that's proven that you can easily duplicate and transferring confidence into that client. Once they believe you, once they trust you, and that day you start sending them results, they melt in your hand. When you turn on that campaign and they get like 10 leads in a day and they're through the roof because everything else they've tried from the paper to the magazines don't work and you're the superstar, all of a sudden the conversation changes dramatically. Yeah, someone says, yeah, no high maintenance clients. Right, so let's go into some yellow flags there. So here's a couple things to watch out for. Now, all of this, I say, kind of tread lightly because there are exceptions to every rule, but for the most part, this is how I personally evaluate clients. So the customer asks extremely detailed questions. Now, that's never a bad thing, but most of the time if someone's asking extremely detailed questions in regards to this line of work, it means they have a lot of experience within some kind of industry, something similar, which means they tend to be know-it-alls who will sometimes have clashing opinions of you. And they'll say things like, hey, Billy, okay, I get why you're doing that, but I did this for 20 years and we never did it that way. Hey, mister, I totally understand that that's how you did it in the past, but hey, I've done this the last 30 times and this is the result I've gotten, so can you try it my way this time? But you see what I'm saying? If someone's kind of that know-it-all, stands so extremely detailed things that you're like, how do you even know that? It's probably someone to run away from. And again, this section here is my personal bias. I'm telling you from my experiences here, right? And also to people who are very demanding before they even pay. You'll see people who have not given you a dime and they're asking you all kinds of questions. They're milking your time. They're giving you the runaround. They tell you, okay, next week I'm going to do this. Next week I'm going to do this. Next week I'm going to do this. And then they go MIA. And then they come back later and say, hey, I'm going to do this. Have you guys had a client like that? Someone who just swears up and down that they're going to do all this and they want payment. They're just asking you questions like crazy. Tell me you guys have dealt with that, because I used to deal with that shit all the time, especially when I was first starting. And I believed them all the time. But this is a quote that you guys should write down is, liars are buyers and buyers are liars. Liars are buyers and buyers are liars. The clients that tell me, hey, Billy, I'm not looking to do something at this time, those are always the ones that come on board. And the ones that just are a little way too overeager, they end up being kind of flukes. So anyways, just something to keep in mind. Next, the one thing you definitely want to avoid is those that are overly concerned with the price, or you can feel desperation. And the reason why you want to watch out for this, not that you don't want to help everybody, right? Because I've been broke as hell before and I would have loved people to help. But at the same time, I probably wasn't ready for what I was trying to get. When someone can't afford your services and everything's depending on you and what you do, that stress will translate onto you. That stress will translate onto you like no other. You'll feel them. You're hearing their voice. They will contact you all day and all night, right? You don't want to get into that situation. You don't want to get into that situation. Know-it-alls, I kind of tie that into the first one. And then two, just the rude people and clashing, period. Just if someone from the very get-go is kind of rude, clashing, email is a great way to check tone. People who are just short, get out immediately. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. It will just go bad. Those are the people that you end up refunding right there. So if you feel it and there's a clash, don't be afraid to just turn the other way, right? And again, like I said, I'm going to show you how to get plenty of clients. So that's not going to be your issue. So just know that you can be choosy now. This is your opportunity to live how you want and stop taking shit from people that you don't want to take shit from. Cool. Andy says, how do you classify overly concerned with the price? So when I'm having calls with people, usually when I say the price, if I've done my job correctly, there won't be many objections to it. But one way that I kind of detail that is if they're okay with the plan that I laid out, the process, they're super excited, and then all of a sudden the price comes, and I mean, sometimes they'll just tell you like, hey, that price is way too much, you know? Like if I'm charging like $500 for some clients, and then they say, can we do $350? Well, the reality is when we're advertising on Facebook, you're going to be spending at least $2,000 a month on Facebook ads. So if that $150 is going to make a difference, there's your yellow flag right there. There's your yellow flag. Just if they're kind of wheezing about $100 and you know that they're going to have to spend a lot more than that to get the result that they want, then you're setting yourself up for failure because you already know they can't afford it. Maybe later they can, but just at this time, this is for what you're doing and where you're trying to get your life. It doesn't make sense, and that's okay. That's okay. I hope that answers your question, Andy. So going back to identity. Yeah, if someone says, Steven says, some people will beat you up based on principle. Avoid them, not worth it. Yeah, some people are just like to negotiate, you know, and sometimes you find cool people, like as a salesman, I appreciate that, and you know, they're cool. But other times, if it's just one of those guys that's always going to hassle you, don't deal with it. I'm telling you right now, with the way that Facebook is going and all this opportunity that's out there, like there's so many people that need your help right now. Like it's crazy. Like just, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. So anyways, identity, creating a fan page. So I know you guys went through this lesson. This is my Facebook fan page that we use all of the time. As you can see, we updated a cover on February 24th and haven't posted since. But the one thing that we do on this page is we're superhuman. So, and our personalities speak. So there's a picture of us and some of my team members, and we're holding Nerf guns, making ridiculous facial expressions. I don't know what the hell Rena is doing on the left. Like the gun has something. Cece's blowing a kiss. Justin needs to shave. You know, there's just things going on. There's things going on. And so, but mostly what we do is, this is a filter, right? This is very intentional. It says, hey, this is our style. We're outside the box. We're kind of crazy. We're fun ideas. This is the spirit they're in. This is who I'm trying to attract, right? And it's also who I'm trying to repel. These are the people that, look, if this doesn't make sense to you, then you definitely aren't going to like me once we get on the phone, right? And so again, exaggerate your personality when you're out there, because I think when you guys talk to me, you realize that like I'm very serious about business and got my shit together. But at the same time, when I'm filtering people out, I try and be very over the top, and that's what you're looking at here. Superhuman, this is us. Show your personality, and that's the main point of that exercise and doing that. Does that make sense to everyone? It's something small, but it goes a long way when avoiding clients that, you know, would be a nightmare to work with. So let's continue on. And okay, so the important parts of your fan page, and this is quick. So a lot of this stuff I'm about to go over now, you saw in the videos, but I do want to re-highlight and touch upon some important aspects. So number one is your profile picture. Always make it human. You know, make it human. I like, if you're going to use a human picture of yourself, I personally, depending on your brand and how you feel, I'm not a fan of headshots. And in the clients I've consulted for and worked for, when someone comes, like especially people in like the real estate world, your loan officer world, which we're in right now, they all want this super like corporate feel, and they think you have to drive a certain car. And I'm just like, that's just not true. It's not true. People want to talk with you, right? That's a one-on-one sell. The only thing that matters is if someone likes you. So show them who you are, right? Be different than the other guys, right? Be different than the other girls out there. So Continue on. Someone says, what does mom refer to on your fan page? That's the name of one of our
Nickname.
it's our nickname. Everyone's got a nickname here. So she like always take care of people and stuff. So that's what she got.
And she's the mom.
And she is a real mom. Got a little baby, got a baby girl. So it was a 2-for-1 there. So cover photo, show off your identity. I just went through that. In the description and the about section on your fan page, just tell people what you do. Very simply. My name is Billy Jean. I turn clicks into customers using Facebook ads. Done. Okay, that's it. That's what I do. It's what I'm good at. Done. So now let's get into the ads manager, the technical stuff. And I know there's going to be questions here, and we've already been addressing a lot throughout the week. So be very loud and active as we're going through this. So first things first, every time you create an ad, you need to be logged into either your business manager or the ads manager. To log into the ads manager, you have to be logged into your personal profile. The reason why I put this is because a lot of times we'll get support tickets of, hey, I can't get into my ads manager, and it's because you're logged into as your fan page. So just a quick note there. Next, important informations about your account. Listen, memorize your account ID. So I went through that in the video, and up top you can see it's, whatever that number is. You have to memorize it or write it down or put it in your email or keep it somewhere safe. If your account ever gets taken away, hopefully it doesn't because you play by the rules, but sometimes shit happens, you got to have that ID for Facebook to track you down. You got to have that ID. So I'm going to say it again. If you don't have it somewhere, the very first thing you need to do after this call is get that ID, save it, live with it, sleep with it, put it on your pillows at night. All right? The name of your advertising account. And right now I'm specifically talking about your personal account that you'll be using to get new clients. Name it the name of your company. So for example, mine is Billy Jean's Marketing Inc. because that's what we are as an S Corp, and that's really the name of the company. Are you buying Facebook ads as a business purpose? Check yes. Are you an agency buying ads on behalf of an advertiser? Yes, you sure are now. You sure are now. Boom. Let's move it through. Jamming. The ads manager. So there's two aspects to this advertising game and for this course. The Power Editor is where we create our ads and where we upload them into Facebook. The ads manager is where you will check stats. That's where you will see things like your costs per lead, how much you spent that day, what your click-through rate is. This is where you will live. So if you are currently only working, and I think most of you aren't, but if you are on one monitor, you will need to buy another monitor because it'll help you. And one of those monitors, you will probably have stats from your ad campaigns that are running all of the time, and you'll use your secondary monitor to jam. If you're me, then you have 3 monitors. You got 3 touch screens all in a row, so I can touch shit and move it around like the Matrix. But either way, I got a lot of stuff that I need to look at, from people logging into the course, from ad campaigns that I need to pay attention to working on whatever it is I'm working on, right? So there's a little tip for you. Get a second monitor. You can go on Amazon. You can find one for like $20. Again, you don't got to spend a whole bunch of money to get it right. Okay? Any questions about that? Good. Straightforward. Boom. Power Editor. So what is it? This is the place that you'll create ads, period. For this course, and I know a lot of you have seen Facebook and they have their regular ad creator. Don't use it. Don't get in the habit of using it if you're new to this. Jump right into the Power Editor by following the instructions in the course. Why? Because the Power Editor will give you a lot of features that simply don't exist in the Ads Manager. For example, a lot of people who create ads with Facebook's default ad creator, they limit your post text to like 90 characters. Power Editor, you can type as much as you want. So you ever wonder how like people write like, damn, how is their ad so long? It's because they're creating ads in the Power Editor. I recently met, and I won't say their name, with a large marketing agency. And they're marketing period. So they'll do print, they'll do radio, they'll do a little bit of online. But one of their account managers asked me, said, hey, Billy, I noticed you guys have a really long copy on some of your ads. How do you do that? And to me, if you're in this game and you don't know something like that, there's a quick way to lose credibility. right? That's a very quick way to lose credibility. And I know from looking at you guys' process and talking to you, a lot of you didn't know that either. So Power Editor is your life. Own it. Do we create in the Power Editor or Business Manager? Good question. So it's the next slide, but I'll clarify now because two of you had the question. The Ads Manager and the Power Editor can both be accessed via the Business Manager, right? So when you're going into the Ads Manager or the Power Editor, all you're doing is let's say you're logged into the Business Manager, you're just clicking a link to go back out to those things. So I hope that kind of brings clarity to that. Okay, so Power Editor, where you create ads. So if you're just making changes to an ad, which you will do frequently, right? You need to make sure that you download the ads first to the Power Editor. You have to download the ads first to the Power Editor. If you don't, you won't be working on the most recent version of it. So the downside to Power Editor, it's not live. It's additional software that you can use to make changes to an ad. And then when you upload them into Facebook, it goes into the Ads Manager, right? So it's really like a third-party app that gives you cool features that you have to download and re-upload. Does that make sense to everyone? And if it doesn't, I go over these in the videos too. Again, it's about it. So if you didn't watch the videos this week, you know you got to go back and do some catching up to do. Okay, so the campaign structure for creating ads within the Power Editor. So there's 3 levels to each campaign. There's the campaign level, the ad set level, and then the actual ads. This image here actually outlines pretty much how it is. And so in the campaign level, this is where you'll choose the objective of the campaign, right? And so is it inbound calls? Is it getting someone to submit name, email, and phone number? Is it to sign up for a webinar? Is it to sign up to a live event? At the campaign level, that's where you'll establish that. And again, all 3 of these, just to be really clear, this is just one system of organization. That's all it is. It's just a way to organize your ads that Facebook makes you go through. That is it. It's just a system organization. No need to complicate it. Next is the ad set. Ad sets live within campaigns. And this is where you do the cool stuff like set a budget, your targeting, where your ad shows up, and how much you're willing to pay per click. And then finally is the ad. The ad is exclusively pretty much referring to the creative. Creative, just to be even more clear, refers to like your image and what it looks like. And the branding and all that. So if you're ever working with a client and they say, hey, can you send me the creative? They want to see what the hell it looks like. They want to see what the customer sees. And again, for you advanced people, you already know that. For some of you new people, pay attention. That's a keyword that you will get all of the time. So creating a campaign. So right now I'm going to go through all 3 levels and kind of bring up some additional points. So like I said, at the campaign level, this is where you will establish your objective, right? Next, they have the buying type, auction or fixed. There's a ton of different things you can do on Facebook. Right now, throughout this course, I am giving you what you need to know. As you continue to grow, we will go into other more advanced things beyond, but this is what you need to know to start getting results immediately. Remember that. So right now for buying type, we always choose auction. And this gives you control of how much you're willing to pay, meaning you're in an auction, you're bidding against other advertisers to show people different things, different ads. Fixed price, we don't use it, period. We don't use it. If I'm not using it right now, you don't need to use it, I promise you. All right, and then the objective. You want to select clicks to website. Every single campaign that you guys will be creating right now, you will be choosing clicks to website. In addition to that, we will be doing website conversions as the objective, but not yet. But those are the only 2 objectives in this direct response world that we use for initial targeting. For retargeting, we do some other things, but majority of the time, just select clicks to website. Again, keeping it straightforward, giving you tangible things to put in the action right now. Okay? And the ad set. You should name the ad set the audience of which you're targeting. So an ad set that all of you will be doing when we first start advertising to get clients will be Facebook for business. It'll be Facebook for business, meaning everyone on Facebook who likes or has been to the fan page of Facebook for Business. Why? Because this is a page created by Facebook itself to help business owners. So if someone has an interest in that, then they're probably interested in advertising on Facebook. And guess what? You'll now be able to advertise better than 99.999% of them. Makes sense? Okay. Creating an ad. So when naming an ad, give a description of the ad, image, or text. So we would name this ad Billy's face on a cow's body. So that way when you have 20 different versions of the ad or whatever, in an extreme case, you know exactly what it is without having to click every single one. So this will save you time. So this was a real ad that we ran to people who like Facebook for business, but got leads. Yeah, it was pretty clever, huh? And I don't remember what the hell we did, but I think it completely tanked for sure. Did it, Rena? It was pretty shitty.
Didn't continue it.
I think it was pretty shitty. Yeah, we didn't run it very long. So I mean, I don't know. Do you guys like it? Might as well ask you. Not that it matters now because it lost me money, but anybody got anything on that? Oh man. So you either name the ad a very descriptive version of that. Or you name it the offer. So a lot of times, remember when I said you have to, if you want different results, you need to test different offers. So you may end up trying something like 50% off versus, buy one, get one free versus 10% off. Those are the variables that impact a campaign dramatically versus free. So sometimes you want to name it. Someone says very cute, but obviously not effective. Steven, that shit is not obvious. We thought it was obviously effective. Get out of here. Derek says you look cute, Billy. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Cool. Let's keep it moving. So in the campaign level, this is where you have the option to set a spending limit also, meaning on this entire campaign, I only want to spend X amount of dollars. For right now, till you guys get used to monitoring and reporting on a campaign like we do, then I don't want anyone setting a campaign limit because you guys need to be watching campaigns. You don't want to automate anything in this process yet until you understand what it is that you're automating. But it is an option that you do. What?
Can I acknowledge Preston's joke?
Preston says about the ad that it was utterly crazy. Touche, baby. Touche. Oh, man.
So funny.
And then in the ad set, this is where you'll change the optimization and pricing. Okay, listen carefully here. No jokes in this one. There's a lot of different options that they will give you when creating an ad in the Power Editor on the ad set level. Only select a link clicks to website, pay per link click. That is when you do what's called manual bidding, and you will tell Facebook what you're willing to pay for a click, and you will bid against other advertisers. That's what we're going to focus on. For retargeting, we're going to do pay per impression, which is the opposite of this, but only for retargeting, and that will be covered later. So almost every ad that you create originally, just go straight, link clicks to websites, pay per link click. And then from there, you can set what you'd like to pay for a click. Now, Facebook will give you a suggested bid. I recommend always throwing like a quarter, $1 over what their highest bid is. I initially do that so Facebook starts showing the ad. They say, oh, damn, this advertiser is willing to pay a lot. Once they get a CTR on the ad and they can actually have a true value to it, knowing how much money it's going to make them, then you can decrease your bid. So what you'll find as you're checking your ad in the ads manager is the suggested bid range will continually change. The suggested bid range will continually change, but you have to check that in the ads manager because that's live in real time and Power Editor isn't. Okay? So when you're watching this replay, just run that back what I just said. That's very important. Okay. Ad set daily budget. Do you need to set a budget at the ad set level? Okay, so this is very important, and I yell at people all the time for this shit. When you're running a campaign, you need to set a daily budget, right? And listen carefully because I'm going to tell you how we dictate how much a client should spend a day because they're going to ask you that, and you have to slow them down in your tracks. So listen, Mr. Customer, within 24 to 48 hours of running your campaign, I'll have an idea for what your cost per lead is. It's different in every city. So I don't know right now, so I don't want to tell you anything that's not true. However, based on similar campaigns that I've ran, your cost per lead is usually around blank. Okay? So right now, for this example, I'm just going to say, Mr. Customer, usually our cost per lead for a campaign like this is usually $5. Now, Mr. Customer, you'll probably only get a hold of 50% of your leads. That's just the name of the game for the industry. So to talk to somebody, it's probably going to cost you around $10. It's probably going to cost you around $10 to have a conversation with someone. Now, Mr. Customer, you've been in business for 3 years. When you have somebody on the phone, what percentage of people do you usually close? Billy, man, when I have someone on the phone, I'm closing at least half. So I said, okay, so let's assume you close 1 out of 3. Great. So that means it's going to cost you around $30 to get a sale. You're selling your product for whatever, $100. So if it costs you $30 to make $100, do those margins work for you? If you can do that, Billy, you'll be my freaking hero. Whoa, we just found the customer's objective. We just found what makes them happy. If we can spend $30 to have someone spend $100, then that formula works. Well, Mr. Customer, how many conversations could you realistically have a day, right? And they say, well, Billy, I can probably have 5 conversations a day. Well, great, then you're going to need 10 leads a day because you're only going to get a hold of half of them, right? So if our average cost per lead is $5 and you need 10 leads a day, then that means you're going to need a daily spend of $50 because 5 times 10 is 50. Did you guys follow that? That conversation I just had right there, I have with every single client. Every single client. You guys, that right there, that little exercise, and I'll probably implement another handout or something in the course that you guys can follow along with that. But what I just did basically is I help them understand that it's not about setting a daily budget. It's about how many leads can you handle and what fits within your business, right? So can you guys type if that made sense? Did that kind of go through? Someone says lost audio. Shit, are you kidding me? I just went through something. No. Ashley, Terrence, Justin, Alex. Audio? Audio. Nothing?
No,
Hold on.
I don't hear you. That just happened though.
Okay, hold on. Am I back?
Yeah.
Mic check. Damn, I just jammed so hard right there. When did you guys cut out? Someone give me an exact of the last thing you guys heard. It sounded like, judging by the chat, seemed like everybody went bye-bye at the same time. Saying you were the shit. I didn't say I was the shit. Out of the conversation you have with everyone. 30 seconds. Sorry. No, okay. Cool. 50. Okay, good. Okay, it's that important. I'll kind of go through that again with you guys because I don't want it to cut out and I think you need to hear it. So follow along. Take notes on this too. If you guys have your notepads there, this is the time. So when a question you almost always get is, Billy, well, how much should we allocate for our budget? And then I always lost again?
What the heck? No, I hear you.
What is going on? They do not want me to tell you guys this right here. Hold on a second.
I hear you.
Hold on. I'm going to switch mics back and forth. Give me a second. Mic check on the ugly microphone. It should sound a little staticky and weird. Coming back here. I'm going to do a replug here. Hold on, peeps. Okay. And all right, here we go. Can you guys hear me now? Good. Okay. All right, I think we're back in action. I just replugged in all the cords. A little weird there. So, all right, I'm going to go through this section one more time. 3rd time's a charm, but it's that important. So, a client is going to ask you all the time, well, Billy, Mr. Professional, what should we spend a month in advertising? And you will respond back with Well, hey, Mr. Customer, it totally depends on how many leads that you want. So every area is different. Literally every single zip code, the cost per lead will change because Facebook's on the bidding system and we're competing against other advertisers. So within 24 to 48 hours of running your campaign, I will have an idea of what it cost you to get a lead. Now, Mr. Customer, I've been in this industry for quite some time now, and I've done a lot of similar campaigns. Usually, the cost per lead for something like this is blank dollars. In this case, I'll just say $5. So usually it's about $5. I'm not saying yours is going to be that. It could be lower, it could be higher. But the cool thing is with 24 to 48 hours of running your campaign, I'll have that information. So, Mr. Customer, hypothetically speaking, let's say it cost you $5 to get a lead. Now, unfortunately, in this business, you really only talk to about half of the people who request information. So let's say it cost you $10 to actually talk to someone on the phone. So, Mr. Customer, how many times on average, or on average, how many people do you close when you talk to them on the phone? And they'll say, damn, Billy, well, like I close half of the people I talk to on the phone. Great. Well, let's just hypothetically say you close 1 out of 3 people, meaning it's going to cost you $30 to acquire a sell if everything goes well. Now, if we're paying $30 to acquire a new customer and your price, Mr. Customer, is $100, do those margins work for you? Well, Billy, if we can spend $30 to make $100 all the time, then hell yeah, those numbers work for me. Bam. Now you understand the client's true objective, right? And you just got them to say what would make them really happy. So from your side, if you can deliver those metrics, they'll be extremely freaking happy, which is what you want to have, is that tangible goal for them, right? So I say, okay, Mr. Customer, realistically, you told me you can only have time for 5 new clients a day, right? And we know that you close 1 out of 3 people that you talk to. So you need about 15 leads to get, actually, you need 30 leads to get 5 new clients. Why? Because you're only going to talk to half of those. So then that's 15 people that you talk to. And then we know you're going to close 1 out of 3, right? So you need 15 leads a day. Now, our average cost per lead is $5. So 15 times 5 is what your daily budget should be. And I think that's $60, right? Is that 15 times 5? I might be wrong. $70, something like that. I'm bad at math. Whatever it is, whatever that answer is what your 75. Yeah, there it is. So your daily budget, Mr. Sir, to get 5 new clients a day, I'm going to guess should be around 75. Now remember, Mr. Customer, I said you're only going to close about 1 out of 3, but if you're really closing 50%, then it'll be even less to get that goal. But just so you have an idea of where we're at and the kind of spin we should do, don't go from just how much budget should we spend, Mr. Customer, but go from on average, how much are we going to pay per lead and how many leads do I need to close a sale? Does that make sense? So is that clear for everyone? Do you see how the conversation? It's not like your old traditional print stuff is like, hey, we're going to spend $2,000 in advertising and we're going to hope for the best and cross our fingers. Not at all. You slow them down. Your whole conversation will always revolve around your cost per lead and how many leads does it take to close a sale. How many leads it takes to close a sale. How many leads it takes to close a sale. Again, if I have 10 leads, I know I'm only going to talk to half, so that's 5. So if I need to close 1 out of 5 people for those metrics to work if I'm going to bring a sell in. Does that make sense? Cool. That's a very important part. That's why I took so much time on it. And again, like I said, I'll include some kind of handout or exercise to kind of go through that script. But I mean, it's crazy important. And if you get that concept, then handling customers becomes a lot easier. So moving forward now, rock and roll. In the ad set, also you can, this is where you target people. Okay, listen. So for the very beginning here, it says when you guys are choosing your audience and who sees your stuff, I only want you guys focused on location, age, and gender. All of the fancy stuff in regards to like behaviors and some of these other things that you'll notice in the Power Editor, stay away from that for now because you don't need it right now. There are times where you will, but you don't need it. If you just stick to the basics of location, age, and gender, and then choose an interest for each ad set, like Facebook for Business, or Social Media Examiner or Forbes or whatever interest it is you're targeting, that's all you need to start. Anything else is going to overwhelm you. And more importantly than that, it's going to be really hard to track and understand what's actually working for you. Okay? So, placement. Also, for this course, for right now, we are only going to be advertising in the news feed, on mobile and desktop. We will not be doing the audience network. We will not even be doing right column ads right now. For retargeting, we'll use them sometime, but not up front. Bye, sunshine. New girl just left. Okay, so don't run desktop and mobile ads in one ad set. So you always want to be extremely clear on separating desktop advertisements and mobile because they respond so much differently. And I said this in the video, but I'm going to stress it again. If you're trying to sell a product or have someone take out their credit card for a service and you're advertising to mobile phones, it's really freaking hard to make sales, period. The problem is when people see your ad on their cell phones, it's tough. They could be in a webinar. And I'm sure out of all of you in here right now, one is you on your phone right now, right? And you could have just seen an ad and someone's paying you to show that. So when we're selling things, we usually just do desktop computers because it increases the likelihood of someone being in a position to just sit there and actually go through a purchasing process, which involves them taking out their credit card. It's a very conscious decision, right? When we're just generating leads, most of that traffic comes from mobile. What you'll find is your volume will typically come from mobile devices, but the desktop is where you'll probably get most of your sales and your longer call to action leads from. Okay. It says for mobile, can you push people to desktop-based pages or can you retarget to desktop? Yes, you can retarget to desktop. I'm not exactly sure what you mean by push people to desktop-based pages. Someone says, Billy, on interest, I know for now you want us to target Facebook for business. Maria, for getting clients, it's my favorite. And so, I only recommend things that we actually test internally ourselves. And so I think it's a great starting point for you guys to pick up some easy clients. Next, a little infographic. This is in the course about advertising to desktop. High ticket items should never have a buy now call to action on mobile. The basic tips, you guys already have those, nothing crazy in there. Now on the ad level, okay? So first thing you need to do is select the page you want the ad to be shown from. So this is kind of important. So when you have clients, this is why you need to be an admin on their page. Because if you're not, then you can't advertise as theirs. So like right here, we have an ad that says Orange Theory Fitness Olathe, which is a location that we do advertising for. If I wasn't an admin on their page, then I wouldn't be able to select that. Then the ad would come from Billy Genius Marketing, advertising Orange Theory, which creates a level of distrust from the consumer, which makes my cost per lead go up and CTR go down. Make sense? So it's really important that you become an admin so that you can advertise as that fan page. All right? Let's see. In the ad, next level is, you'll choose the fan page it's coming from. You'll choose the image. And then this is just the template from week 1. Website URL, display URL, text, headline, etc. And so all you're doing when you come up to this spot in the Power Editor is you're just taking the stuff you already have written out and you're just simply typing it in. This was an ad we did for one of my courses. It says, can we have an honest conversation? I'm paying to show you this message. Why you? Because you need more customers for your business and I'm really good at finding them. Click the image below and I'll prove it. After all, I found you, didn't I? So, it was kind of fun. Did pretty well. That we had, and then that was part of the video. I don't think a lot of you have seen that video to register for this training. Alex, let's send that out to everybody after. It's really freaking funny. You'll like it. But yeah, this was a cool ad we did. But we had the post text. You see the headline, need help selling your product or service online. What do? We got really specific and then asked a question to a very specific niche. Oh yeah, I just started my clothing store. I do need help, right? I immediately got their attention, so they're going to at least click. And then I proved what I was doing in there. I said, after all, I found you, didn't I? Well, shit, he did. How the hell did he know that? Curiosity, psychological triggers. Remember those I taught you? That's one. We're using curiosity here. Curiosity. Okay. Next, to submit the ad. It's not an ad until you upload changes. Again, this is just a reminder, but you see here the red boxes. When you come into the Power Editor, the first thing you need to do is download all of the ads from the Ads Manager. And then once you make your changes and you create your ad, it's not final until you hit Upload Changes. Don't forget it. Forget about it. What did they say? Forget about it. I don't know if it's a thing. Anyways, next is the Business Manager. So to kind of wrap this recap up here, this is what you need to know about the Business Manager. We were really hesitant to go and use it because we had all of our accounts through the Ads Manager, and that's where we lived. And then our Facebook rep was like, Billy, you need to use this because one, we're making you, so I didn't have a choice there. And then two, it's going to help you, and it has dramatically. So think of the Business Manager as just a very neat folder to keep all of your clients. That's all it does. And there's a couple key features that it allows you to do. And so all of you should have your Business Manager account set up by now. And if you don't, make sure after this you do it. And if you have questions about it, feel free to email us at AskBillyGene or just jump in the Facebook group. And you know where support is very real. We're here for you. But one thing I will give you a heads up for is if you have issues with like Facebook directly, technical things like they're giving you an error message about not allowing you, there's a chance that you may have to actually send in a support ticket to them. It's hit or miss. I have some people who have really good experiences. Like, yeah, I sent them a message and they got back to me right away. I think someone said they used a live chat and that people answered and got all their stuff squared away. And it was super helpful. I've had other people have not so good of things, but even for us at this level with how much we're spending, we still got to go through the same process that you do. You know, sometimes we get help from our reps and whatnot, but other times we got to go back to the old school, just send in a damn ticket and hope for the best, right? So moving forward. Now, the next steps I'm going to go to conclude right here before we go into the sneak peek of the partner edition and to the live Q&A critique is customer onboarding. So when you bring on a new client, there's 4 steps that you need to do. So you got to know this, okay? So number 1 is you're going to create a new ad account on their behalf. 2 is you're going to add a payment method. 3 is you're going to request access to be an admin on their fan page, which I just went over. And then 4, if you have other people that'll be working on this with you, you want to add them. So I've kind of went through each step. So number 1, creating a new ad account. In your Business Manager, which in this image you'll see, on the left-hand side, there's a little section that says Add New. Simply create a new ad account and call the ad account name the company's name. If it's a franchise or someone with a chain, make sure you also include the location. Okay? Straightforward there. Next is, onboarding step number 2. Okay, Mr. Client, I just created you a new ad account. Now I need a payment method on file. This is the card that's going to be used to process all of our advertising spend. Which card do you want that to be? Boom. And by the way, it's completely secure. It's going directly into Facebook. I don't even have access to that. Sometimes you have to make that clear because they're going to wonder, you just have my credit card, you spend whatever. Like, no, this is directly billed to Facebook. You will get receipts every single time. This creates a type of transparency with the client that they'll really, 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 really appreciate. Okay? So payment methods. And then next is requesting access. So you can request access to the client's page through Business Manager, and you always want to ask for admin access. Sometimes if you do advertiser editor or anything else that's not admin, it won't actually give you permission to create ads on their behalf. So when they join or when they add you, it has to be admin access. Give me 1 second, guys, here. I need to plug in my computer, which is trying to die on me. And I'll do this simultaneously, and Rita will help me out. Thank you. You're the best. Okay. So requesting access, admin page, bam, all those steps of how to do this is in the videos. So you guys will be good there. Don says, Billy, will you providing us with onboarding documents you use? Yes. So check it out, Don. Once we come through week 5, week 6, and we're concluding this and you guys have the fundamentals, you guys will get a lot of cool things in regards to kind of like a binder that you take every client with, including a checklist that you'll have to build a campaign and everything you need to know, right? So right now we're baking a cake and I'm giving you the ingredients, I'm giving you the steps, and at the end we'll be putting it all together, and then I'll just give you the recipe and you'll be able to, take it from there and take over. Okay, so let's continue on. All right, now that you have everything set up, let's take a look at some of the ads that you created. So this is where I'm about to take out the gloves and I'm about to throw down on some of these ad submissions here. This is my favorite part. By the way, when I see these guys, for the most part, I haven't really seen this before. So you're just hearing me think out loud, period. So click hero. Picture of looks like a gentleman and his girlfriend. Okay. And it says struggling to grow your yoga studio. Our clients aren't. Well, I like the question right there, kind of struggling to grow your yoga studio. However, the first thing I'm going to notice is you say struggling to grow your yoga studio. Now, whenever you're creating ads, you and writing especially, you want to be as visual as possible and you want people to feel what you write. If you were said struggling to grow a tree, right? I get that. I know I can grow a tree, but when you say grow your yoga studio, it can mean so many different things. So when you're saying struggle, automatically you're identifying a pain point there, right? So maybe I would just say struggling to, fill up your classes with your yoga studio, and is your overhead more than the revenue that you're bringing in, right? Actually, like just take the time to write out the pain that they're feeling, because the worst thing that you can have is you're paying a teacher to run these damn classes. Then you have the lights and the building and everything else you got, and then you don't have bodies in there. So are you losing money every time that you have a yoga class or something along those lines, right? So you want to paint that picture. But I mean, overall, decent job. Struggling to grow your yoga studio, our clients aren't. So already you tell them that we're kind of an agency and this is what we do. You're identifying yourself. I can help. Also, too, the other thing is it's not personal when you say our clients aren't. So I kind of go back and forth between this because you'll hear me say a lot of times we and then it's I. And it takes me, it's hard to identify when I should say which. But the one thing in an ad, I like to say I, right, to make it personal. As soon as you're a corporate or there's more of you or anything like that, you put a target on your back because people are way more likely to talk shit and say negative things about a company. Fuck Geico, I can't stand you guys. SeaWorld, you're the worst, right? But if it was an actual person they're talking to, it makes people take a step back, right? It makes people take a step back and be like, oh man, I probably shouldn't be, such a punk. The other thing is it's Click Hero. The name of the page is Click Hero. Um, I don't know. It's okay. I mean, it's kind of funny, like Click Hero, but like I don't really know what it means at the same time. And then when you say Click Hero, like I expect your profile picture to be like an action figure of someone like clicking a lot or like a bobblehead or some shit. I don't know. Something like that. I would have done more. Um, then it says, watch as we book 290 qualified appointments in less than 24 hours and cause this health business owner to literally beg us to turn off the top tap. Okay, so you say something here because and I hope did you guys all see that video really fast, the massage envy one, that we did? What did you guys think of that overall? It was a case study that we created. It was within the course. If you didn't do it, then I know you didn't see it. Excellent, great, good, impressive, off the charts, inspiring, good, good, awesome, love it. I love how you guys feel that way. That makes me happy. Really good video. Okay, fantastic. So you guys saw it. You say, the business owners to literally beg us to turn off the tap. Be careful in this industry, especially as we use so much jargon and language, to say things like turn off the tap, right? I know what you mean, but I would be more specific. Like, this business owner to literally beg us to stop sending him customers. Wait, pause, hold on. He begs you to stop sending him customers, right? You can feel that more. It's easier to grab it. It's easier to write in someone's head. It's easier to paint that picture than turn off the tap. Okay? And then again, you say it in the headline, you say grow your yoga studio at will. Get that grow word out of there unless it has to do with like a tree or something else that you grow, right? Give me something a little powerful, a little more emotional there. Click now to pull back the curtain and see a rare behind the scenes look at exactly how we transform this health business in less than 24 hours. That's fine. That's fine. Learn more, passive call to action. We use it all the time for case studies. Free results case study. I would, instead of saying free results case study, sounds kind of broad, I would mention the word yoga in there somehow, keep it all relevant and bring it back. What's called Billy, if my wife and I run this together, should we still avoid the word our, or should we just pick on, no, if you're together, that's cute. People love couples, right? But I mean from the agency side. As soon as you say the word client, people automatically assume that you're like an agency or business or something. But no, couples are great, tag team. Off the ropes. Let's go. Okay, next. Oh, damn. Did it just rewind all the way back? Hold on. I'm zooming. Bam, 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 bam. Going. Damn, we went through a lot of slides today, didn't we? Okay, almost getting here through. Come on. All right, next ad. Bill Shore's assured profits, right? A-OK, he's got his picture up there. Cool. I kind of dig it. You know, I got your personality right there. You got the A-OK, like, and you know, it fits your style. Like, it does show your personality a bit. Like, it's cool, right? It's your thing. And then it says, while many chiropractors struggle to find enough clients to simply stay in business, Dr. Billie Jean Shaw. My goodness. Didn't even know I had that. Dr. Billie Jean Shaw's biggest problem is how to squeeze patients in quickly when he has a 7-week waiting list. A battle that you're going to consistently go through as you do this and become better is called a classic battle of being clever versus being clear. Clarity versus cleverness. Let me be the first to tell you, clarity should always win, right? Because even though I followed it wrong, like, hey, his biggest problem is to, you know, squeeze patients in quickly when he has a 7-week waiting list. I would have rather you just say, you know, like, you know, most of our clients, or, you know, here's an example of a guy who literally has a 7-week waiting list to get clients in. You know, just when you're saying like squeeze patients in quickly and like, I just lost you. So I just wanted to keep that flow going. Not that it was bad. And then the image, you say health chiropractor, and I see you used Phototalia or whatever. That's cool. My issue with this is that if I'm a chiropractor, unless this is like the symbol that all chiropractors know, and maybe I'm uneducated on it, but I don't know what the hell the image has to do with chiropractors, right? If I'm a chiropractor, I don't automatically see that, I guess. Like if I saw a picture of someone like cracking someone's back or like laying on a table or something, I'm gonna pick that up way quicker and it's gonna resonate in a much better way. And then a headline: San Diego's chiropractor's calendar went from empty to overbooked in 3 days. Here's how we did it. I love that. I love that. Just here's the thing: you can do something like just target in San Diego. So you're like, damn, what's my competitor doing? A San Diego's chiropractor's calendar went from empty to overbooked in 3 days. Here's how we did it. Smooth. Boom. I want to know right away. Oh, that's cool. How would it happen? I didn't have to think about it. Oh, yeah, no. Feels Facebook organic, right? And then you say, I couldn't believe how fast and easy it was to get more clients once I found this. I don't like that. Let me tell you why. You make it sound like an it instead of Bill Shore, right? I couldn't believe how fast and easy it was to get more clients once I found this. It was like almost like you found like this magical solution or this robot or the machine. Well, that gives all the power and the attraction to the machine or whatever it is it was versus Bill Shore, you know? So I would have said something to boost yourself up there to make you the one. And Bill says that's the chiropractic symbol. Okay, cool. So that's the symbol. So maybe chiropractors know that and the whole deal. So then maybe it's good for that reason. So again, you know, if that's the deal, then a good job building the image. Then we'll say yes. But the description down there I would change. The headline's excellent. Would change the post text to be more clear instead of clever. Profile good. So pretty good job there. Okay. Boost marketing. Boost marketing. Well, I know you're marketing, so that's good. You did the thing that I said don't do very specifically in the video, and you chose a logo that does really fit boost marketing. I get it, and it's a rocket ship, so you boost. But remember when I said be human? That's not human unless you can fly. Then you should do a picture of you flying for real. That would be some shit. So, but you want it to be human there. So I would change that. Would you like to know how we were able to create 290 qualified leads for one local fitness center in 24 hours? You posted it and told them what happened. Great. But you asked a very important question. You said, would you like to know? Don't give the customer room to say no. Don't give them room to say no. Right now when you ask them no, some people are like, no, I'm good right now. And when people can run away, they'll take it. Don't give them that option. It goes back to the old school strategy of, hey, can you come in for an appointment today? Versus saying, hey, I have an availability at 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Which time works better for you? See what I'm saying? So click now for a case study video that reveals exactly how we did it using Facebook ads and how you can make something similar happen for your fitness center. Everyone know this. When you mention Facebook in any advertisement, be super careful. There's a good chance that that ad will get rejected. They don't let you say anything, and never use the thumbs up. And there's a page and a link with all the different things you can say in regards to Facebook. But we'll make sure that's in the course. I think it already is. But you got to be very careful. So when we say or do case studies, for example, sometimes just to not deal with Facebook's bots of disapproving our ads, I'll say something like, hey, how we generated 290 leads for a local fitness center using ads like this. See that? Using ads like this. Like I didn't say Facebook, but obviously it's Facebook because you're on Facebook and you're seeing it. You know what I mean? So again, just a little workaround for you guys that may work. Case study, brackets, we use that in our emails a lot. How to generate 290 leads in the next 24 hours using Facebook ads. Now, this is a huge red flag of what you cannot do. This is a huge red flag of what you cannot do. You say, how to generate 290 leads in the next 24 hours using Facebook ads. That is a claim. You're basically saying this is how you do this, right? And when you make a claim, that is a quick way to get a nice escort out of Facebook building forever. Don't claim, which is always I say case study, right? So you would have to throw in how I generated 290 leads and Here's how I did it. In other words, there's no implementation that this can be done for you too. You know what I mean? But this is how I did it, which is, you know what I mean? Like even this whole course, I'm showing you guys exactly how I did it, the way to do it, how to do it, right? But you never make claims because you don't know, how is someone else's work ethic or et cetera. So you can't say that. So just be careful of that. And again, not to go really hard on that, but I just want to make sure you guys realize how important that is. Okay. It says method is 100% duplicatable and can be used to attract qualified leads. Yeah, it is. But again, when you have that underneath the headline, it sounds like just copy this and you'll get the results, which is a claim. So be careful there. Okay. So those are the ads I'm going to go over. Now, a couple really, really important things. Quick recap. So what you guys should know by now is how to create quality images for cheap. Really, I have a question. Was that helpful to show you guys the 4 ways that we create images? Was that new for you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, was like, oh shit, like, did you guys know about Elance? Like, did you know about Google and the little extra settings? Like, you know what I mean? Luis says, yeah. He says, it would be great to see a perfect ad for these case studies from your side that's already worked for you. So we know how to do it right. Absolutely. And you guys will get that. Google searches, yes. Very good. Cool. Again, guys, you will see our exact ways of how to do that. Know that. I'm just a little hesitant because I don't want to just penetrate your brains to the point where you're just copying what we do and not going to the creative side. But you 100% will. 100%. All right. Killer nuggets tonight. Been amazing. That's great to hear. Okay, so good transition. Sneak peek. Clicks into customers partner edition. So everyone listen up here. I want this to be open forum. I love your guys' feedback, but this is the decision that I think I've made. So when it comes to the partnership and bringing you guys business, there's 2 functions of this. Is one, I just have an inbox full of people that just want stuff, right? That I can't service. It just doesn't necessarily fit our business model, which doesn't mean it's not a good client and good money. Those I need to be able to give those somewhere else and make it make business sense for me. Because right now I'm just letting money flush down the toilet, which is unacceptable. So that's number 1. 2 is someone asked about, our campaigns. I'll be creating lead generation campaigns from top to bottom. In other words, I'll be writing the copy, I'll be creating the images, I'll be editing the videos, making the videos, giving you everything. The difference is you'll be running the ads. So essentially what you're able to do is leverage all of my expertise, credibility. Hey, Billy's been doing this forever, right? Because I can say all the shit. Oh, look how much I spend, and those things really do help to sell. So it's the best of both worlds. So you'll be running our campaign, but the call to action at all of these is, hey, if you'd like to work with us, I'd be more than happy to link you up or have one of my partners reach out to you. Do you feel me? That's where you come in. So basically, you're running one of my campaigns to generate leads for yourself. So you don't have to worry about, videos and writing and those kind of, that's my strength. That's what I do the best out of anyone. So you can leverage that, use my credibility, but still do you. So in order for me to have you be a part of that, I have to be very confident in the fact that you're going to deliver in the way that's expected from a Billy Genius marketing client. Does that make sense to everyone, how that will work? So for example, like the loan officer campaigns that we've been testing internally that we're going to run, it has me in it as the video. You'll be able to use it and then take it from there, right? With the support of my company. And so it's the best way that I can think of as a franchise model that I can think of, right? So you kind of leverage it. We have the same copy, da da da, but you'll be the one executing and managing. So to me, that's the best way it works, makes out. People say yes, hey, it makes sense, great, ready to start. Okay, fantastic, good, 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 good. That's what I wanted to hear. So I'm super excited for that. I think it works for everyone and allows us to scale like crazy. It allows everyone to start getting busy right away. But again, I want to stress knowing this shit and knowing it well is everything, right? And so rewatching these live sessions and the things I go over is huge, is absolutely huge. Frank, you guys will build a client. You will build a client. And it'll be your client. And again, when we come closer to that time, I'll talk about how it is to be a part of this process. Number one is you will have to pass a test, right? But if you do this course and you go through it, you will pass. I'll probably want to speak with you personally, get a feel for you, those sort of things, and you'll be good to go. And we'll get you going. So it should be a lot of fun, should be good, and that's something that I'm looking to build a solid team of people and have that ongoing for you. Okay, so last thing that I want to, yes, it'll be a revenue share. Well, even more importantly, how it really works is we'll get to that because there's a couple different ways that you'll have a choice to do that. Okay, so check this out. Bonus opportunity for those of you who want it. So when this 6-week course ends, or probably a little before that actually, I'm going to be hosting a 45-minute live Q&A, and it's going to be a small group of us, and it's going to be just to kind of work on your business, right? You're going to have all these tools. You still may have a couple additional questions. Hopefully not, though. You'll just be rocking it. But if so, I'll be there to kind of help personally guide you. So I want to offer that to everyone in exchange for something. In exchange for something. So you all know my favorite way to sell is with proof, credibility, right? And so for this course, I'm loving it. It's going to be something that I want to continue to teach for the next 6 months. I'm a fan. I love you guys. It's been fun. It's what I'm passionate about. And so a big part of selling that I love, and again, this is the first time I've ever taught this. You guys are the first group that are kind of getting the jump on this, is testimonials. So what I would like from all of you, if you're interested, this is so not mandatory by any means, but if you could create a 15 to 20 second video testimonial on your thoughts on the course thus far and send it to askbillygene@gmail.com, that would be awesome. You can shoot it on your iPhone, you can shoot it on your Droid, on your webcam, whatever it is, a 15 to 20 second. Here's the thing. I want you to be super, super duper honest. I am not by any means telling you to make up some shit. If you think this is weak and it doesn't make sense and it's not a good investment and you're not having a great time or learning a ton of stuff, then say that. Say that. You still can be a part of it. You can talk shit and say bad things and still get the bonus training. Period. I just want people to be honest. I want people to see that because people can smell when people are bullshitting them, right? So and just answer, this is kind of a rough guideline, but are you finding the course content valuable? What do you think about Billy's teaching style, right? A lot of people have that question. Is the course easy to follow? That's a great question. What do you like or dislike about the course? And, would you recommend this course to friends or colleagues? Why or why not? 15 to 20 seconds. Send it to askbillygene@gmail. You can make it longer if you want. You can make it shorter if you want. I just want to use a huge a video wire. I want to have like fucking 70 video testimonials of people just having the best experience ever And then, I mean, what a great, powerful selling tool, right? No one has that about course, not just a little quote or something, but an actual video from real people like yourselves going through it, experiencing this, I think would be really powerful. So in exchange for you sending that, you'll get access to the live Q&A at the end, where I'll just be helping you kind of with your business. I'd really appreciate it. Again, not mandatory by no means. Keep it honest. Don't fluff it. Just say what you feel, and if you have a great experience, let people know. And the only catch is it has to be sent by tonight. So again, not mandatory. I would really appreciate it. But just email it to askbillyjean@gmail. Just for doing that, you'll get another additional training, which will be a little smaller, more intimate. And I'll just be answering questions. We'll probably do it on Blab, actually, where I can just chat, boom, live, and do it. Frank says, seriously, tonight. Just DM to him tonight. Yeah, tonight. It's 15 to 20 seconds. I'm serious about having it tonight. Yeah, everyone's saying the same thing at the same time. Yeah, tonight. I have to do my hair. Yeah, it's tonight. And so bang it out. I mean, again, if I don't want anyone to think you have to. I don't want anyone to think that I'm asking people to make up things or anything like that. I want you guys all to be honest. And if you have a great experience, let me know. And if not, let me know too. We want to make this the best. I want to make this the best course in the game. I want no one to even touch us with a 10-foot pole. So that's it. Live Q&A. We kind of wrap it up as we go through. Does anybody have any questions that you kind of want me to do it? Simon says this one. So I'll give a special extension to kind of the morning if you're international, and I can see if you are people. So if you're international, you get to the morning. Oh, Don says week 3. Yes, Wednesday. It'll be on live. I think it's Wednesday. I think we're uploading the last videos to it right now. So Wednesday, week 3, Wednesday. Week 3 is cool too. Let me give you a sneak peek on that. So week 3 is all about what we call after the click. Landing pages, the software we use, how we do them, how we write them, the thank you pages, how we track, how we do retargeting. There's a lot of information jammed in there for you guys. And other cool thing. Okay, a couple things. I'm forgetting shit. Now that once you finish week 3 here, coming up, you'll know how to kind of create ads, landing pages. You'll be able to create complete campaigns, right? And so in week 4, we kind of go through, and it's just all about practicing creating full campaigns. And actually me showing you examples. If everyone asks, like, can you show me stuff that you actually do? That's when you'll see it. So get ready, because once we make this shift over, it comes all into sales, getting clients, how to manage clients, the structure, recurring revenue, things of such. So this is really the last, I would say, 2 weeks of the kind of teaching of Facebook stuff. You'll have all the steps after this next week 3, and week 4 is about perfection and kind of learning the more advanced things. But it's good stuff. So questions says, with an ad leading to a learn more button, you said objective is clicks to website, but wouldn't it cost less if we did clicks to a Facebook landing page? A Facebook landing page, like, are you saying, Bill, embedding one in a custom tab? Is that what you're referring to? I think what Bill is saying is if you keep them on Facebook as opposed to bringing them into a landing page. Can you clarify that? Rob says, during this exercise, is there a reason why my suggested bid was at $30? Probably just because Facebook has no data on it. That's it. You probably chose a competitive market that Facebook literally has no data on you as an advertiser, or not that much data or anything else. And so, yeah, that's it. I mean, once you get going, that'll adjust immediately. And for something like that, when it's that high, you don't have to bid above that. You just want to have it start showing and let Facebook know you're a credible advertiser and that your ads get clicks and makes them money. Okay, let's see. We got some other questions there. I have a challenge on my Facebook Ads Manager. Is there a possibility to have a live conversation regarding this? So Bruce, what you want to do is 2 things. You want to send an email really detailing out the problem. And what's really helpful sometimes, if you want to do a screen capture video to send it to us, and that way I can have my campaign managers look at it. So when it comes to Facebook's Ads Manager, if it's something that we can handle, and then someone will get on the phone with you and they'll walk you through it. If it's something that Facebook handles, then we'll kind of give you the link to the portal of which we submit our tickets. Okay. Just for clarity, should we not be marketing as an agency instead of marketing as an individual? Right? Yeah, I'd say individual. But it's a weird time. I mean, you see how I kind of do it, right? I lead, everything is me, but at the end of the day, I have an agency that you guys all talk to that you see are very real, right? So it's more about just having the communication style of personal Jeff. It's not so bad that you have an agency. That's totally cool. But when you're addressing people, it needs to come from Jeff. Like you're the guy. You know what I mean? Scott says cheers, and then he bounced. Later, man. FB ad support saying my account is suspended due to suspicious activity. Provided photo ID, confirmed my agency looking to establish access to service businesses. I don't have a contact that you can just reach out to like that. The way you did it and you sent the ID, they will respond to you. And if they don't, send in the same ticket again. Thank you, Bruce. Got you. Yeah. Bill Short says I used to be able to have a gated landing page. Yeah, Bill, and again, this is a little more advanced and down the future, but Bill, I actually used to when I first got into it, when I can only advertise on the right column ads. That's all I used to do is gateway advertising, like Facebook fan pages. I don't do it all anymore. They changed like the cost structure, and I just started not seeing as good results as bringing them to a landing page. They became a little more friendly to sending people away from Facebook. So I hope that answers that. FB landing page is a very important question. Please address this in your experience. Landing pages that's the entire week 3, what you're about to get on Wednesday. So you'll see, a really detailed breakdown of landing pages, how to create them, and they definitely do matter. And I talk about how to write them and set them up, and I explain it like I explain everything else. So absolutely, that's a good question. Anybody else? Anything? Q&A, Carl, I'm not 100% sure. I have to look at it. He says, when's the Q&A, like this type of call, happening for week 3? I'm not 100% sure on the day. I think it's Tuesday. I have to ask Alex and Moose because my schedule's a little funky. Week 3 is Wednesday, Patrick. When's the next set of videos come out? Edward, Wednesday. Alex, Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday is the live Q&A. So next Tuesday is the live when we'll go over week 3 stuff. Anything else, peoples? Anything else? No, thank you. Anything else? Lastly, while you got me here? Do you recommend getting a copywriting course, for example, from Dan Kennedy, Gary, some of the other players in the industry? Yeah, Luis, copy is extremely, extremely, extremely important. I will go over, especially in this week 3 here, I did go over a lot of different ways to write, but copy is something that takes a lot of practice, and you will get better as you go. But the person who I would recommend is a lady by the name of Joanne Wiebe, and she's the creator of copyhackers.com. I'm actually trying to get something together with her where we can get like a little bonus module that she'll throw in and to work something out. But see how week 3 goes. See if that puts you in the space there. I think it should answer most of the questions that you have. Bill says, Bill, I don't like having my name, man. There's just too many of us out here. You had mentioned using the Power Editor as a sandbox, but then also said we should reset the Power Editor each day, which erases our test ads. Should we upload the test ads? If you want to save them. Yeah, you can upload them. But usually with test ads, like you'll create it that moment, we'll just delete it the next second. You know what I mean? So it's not like you need to save them. It's more just to get you comfortable using the Power Editor. Alfred says replay. Replay will be up within 24 hours inside the course. With the rest of them, Jeff's question. It's always my paper. Let's see. That's a lot. Any of these I should answer quick. It says, if my client has already attached a credit card to their existing ad account and I create a new ad account on their behalf like you teach, can I use the same credit card? Yeah, you can. Do my clients have to use Business Manager as well to give me access? No, they don't. They do not. I have a client with an existing page. I will request access, not claim access to the page. Does this affect anything about how they access or manage the page? No, it doesn't. It's all in the back end. You move like a little ninja Jedi. Once you have access, you don't need to bother the client anymore. Let's see here. It says in the create an ad and Power Editor homework, how do we target for business owners in the health and wellness industry with an annual business revenue? So there are some dynamic and some tricky ways you can do that. But really you do it in the language. A lot of people forget that you can filter out people by clearly stating what you're looking for. So we will say things like, if you're a business owner, generating over 250K of revenue, don't ever forget that you can just tell people what you want, you know. So again, just be careful how you do it because you don't want a low CTR, but again, you can mention shit. Um, let's see. How do they give me access to their pixel, or do I use mine? You'll create your own pixels for them, Jeff. You'll see that in this week too, coming up. Phil, is it better to have your clients pay Facebook directly using their credit card, or do you recommend using your own so we can get the miles? Phil, let me tell you, I flew quite a few places as of recent on my miles. You can do it however you want, but I'll tell you this. If you are collecting payment for the client before, and we've done both, um, and then running it through your credit card, you can 100% do that. You can 100% rack up points, and it does work well, but it adds a level of management to yourself. In other words, you have to be very wary about overspending, right? So if a client has a budget of $1,000 and then you spend 1,050, like sometimes my account managers do, and we have to eat that cost. Sorry, they're in the office. I'm just talking shit. But Phil, that's the kind of pros and cons of that. Do you stay away from PayPal with the fees or use something else for processing? Yeah, I use something completely different. I don't use PayPal at all. I'll go into it. Um, I'll go into it, Rob, in week 5, I believe. But I'll tell you exactly what we use for payment processor, and it's not PayPal. I do not use PayPal. Have you set the schedule of upcoming Q&As and unlocked? Honestly, Bill, it changes week because two things happen. Is one, people have questions and they make changes, and sometimes I'll switch the content depending on like how these Q&A goes and seeing what people ask. And then also my schedule is really crazy right now with teaching, and then kind of running the agency. And then I told you guys we're in the middle of pitching that TV show. So like my schedule is just nuts right now. So I appreciate your guys' patience and flexibility with that. Um, Phil says Sam Cart. Yeah, we love Sam Cart, Phil. Sam Cart's dope. Um, anything else, people? So we got another couple minutes and we'll wrap up here. Send in those videos again. Send in those videos tonight if that's something you're interested in. I'd appreciate it. Um, Targeting. How do we select an interest for a client like attorney or dentist? And for things of such, there's a couple ways. I would start with finding organizations like the National Organization of Attorneys. I just made that up, but they probably have a Facebook fan page. Not even kidding. If you Google National like Association of Attorneys, they will probably have a fan page. And there's a good chance that someone likes it. It's probably an attorney. So I would target those interests for starters. If you have an email list, which I'll go into coming up here, but if you have an email list of all those people, you can upload those into Facebook. And then you can also target by job title through Facebook, which is a little more advanced, but those are options that you have. Those are a little bit tougher to do though. What should we record the testimonial with? You can use a webcam, iPhone, Droid, whatever it is that you got, whatever works, whatever's comfortable for you. What free software is there to record my video testimonial you recommend, and what is the link again for the copywriting system? Joanne Weeby, I'll put a link to her stuff inside the course, Louise. Can you note that? Alex, can you note that, please? Joanne Weeby, Copy Hackers, they're just tight. Like, she's I learned a lot of good writing tricks from her. She's my favorite in the game, period. She's in Canada, too. Free software for video testimonial. I would just use your phone. There's your free software. Just use your phone. iPhone or Droid or whatever it is. Flip phone, anything that has a camera. Just email. It doesn't got to be complicated. I just want people to be able to genuinely see from you guys, what it is. I don't like the fluff stuff, so I'd rather them hear it from the horse's mouth. Aaron says, targeting for their clients. Those are hard. We call that shotgun, Aaron. Or like an attorney, right? So if you need to find people who have, recently got a DUI, those are harder areas of clients. So what you do is you usually target by location and you try and filter by the copy, right? So in the advertisement, you do it. So it costs a little bit more to get a lead because you don't have a relevant audience really. So you're kind of paying a bunch, but nonetheless, they charge a lot more money. So the metrics maybe still work. What do you recommend for a client that refuses to give anything away to attract the lead? No free classes, no free teeth whitening, no free download.
feel I would help them see the math behind it. The only reason why they're refusing it is because they don't see the benefit of it. So I would help them see the true bottom line to what they'll be making as a result of doing that. That's what you got to do. You got to show them. Anything else? We're going to sign off here in the next 60 seconds. Anybody got anything? I want to thank you all for rocking with us tonight. It's a lot of fun teaching. It feels good to be back, especially teaching this. This is the most fun teaching because it's like everything I just do and that we do every day. So it's a lot of fun. Is there a way to tell if someone's using Google AdWords and not Facebook? I would just Google their company and see if ad pops up next to it. Great call. Finish week 2. Yeah, Derek, get your ass in there. Thanks, awesome training. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it, man. All right. I'm about to make like a banana and split. Boom. Oh, shit. Later, guys. Thank you all. Hit us up. I'll see you soon. Thank you. Don't know how to turn this off. Pressing the wrong buttons. Now I'm just rambling and freestyling, profiling, hitting pause. You can't see my screen. Hitting mute. There goes my voice.